Góðir hlustendur, þetta Sigurður Tómasson, klukkan farin að ganga 11 og kominn gestur til mín í hljóðstofu útvarpssögu og hann hefur reyndar verið áður í viðtali við mig en þá í gegnum síma frá Japan. Hann heitir Robert James Fischer, örnafni Bobby Fischer, einn af 9 Íslendingunum okkar. Það reyndar gekk nú ekki átakalaust að fá íslensk yfirvöld til þess að veita honum ríkisborgararétt en tókst á endanum. Mr. Fischer, it's nice to have you with us here.
Yeah, hi.
And I hope you are having a good time or in Iceland. I sometimes hear news from you, a little personal news, because we have some common friends. But we have this is a special occasion, this interview. I would like to ask you straight about your business with a Swiss bank, the UBS. And in this interview I have to translate a little bit as we go along. And I would like to ask you, is it true that this bank wrote you a letter and terminated the business they had with you? You had an account in the bank and a lot of money, and they just asked for information from you where to transfer the money because they were closing your account.
Yeah.
And do you know why they did this?
No, they were refusing to say why.
They gave no reason?
No reason, no. They just say it's their right. They don't have to explain. Just get out.
Ég spurði Bobby Fischer það hvort að það veri rétt að svissneskur banki, UBS heitir hann, það standi fyrir Union Bank of Switzerland, eitthvað þess áttar. Hann tilkynnti Bobby Fischer skyndilega og neitar að gefa upp ástæðu, segir Bobby, fyrir því að reikningum hans er lokað og þeir báðu að hann segði þeim hvert þeir ætti að flytja peningana. Það sem sagt, þeir hafa ekki gefið neina skýringu og segja að þeir þurfi ekki að gera það. But Mr. Fischer, they don't give any reason for this termination, but do you know if they have done this to anybody else?
Yeah, I don't know about that. All they say is that they're closing it under Article number 13 of their general conditions, which they say gives them the right to do this. But then when you go over to Article 13 of their general conditions, it doesn't give them that right.
No, it doesn't.
Have you read it?
Yes.
Yeah. This Article 13 talks about bank loans. I haven't taken out any bank loans with UBS. And also, well, I can read it, but it's not applicable to...
Ég verð að þýða þetta fyrir íslenska hlustendur. Það sem sagt, þeir vísuðu í grein 13 í samþykktum bankans, en eins og Bobby spurði mig hvort ég hefði lesið þetta, þá hef ég gert það, og í greininni fjallað þá sem hafa tekið fé að láni hjá bankanum og slík ákvæði gjaldfellingu lána og uppsögn samninga sem eru í kringum það alþekkt úr bönkum, en ég hef aldrei vitað til þess að bankar segðu upp einhverjum því sem þeir kalla samningi hjá fólki sem á peninga inni í bönkunum, og þetta staðfesti Bobby og sem sagt ég gæti ekki lesið betur. But you tried to get more explanation from the bank. How did you proceed? Did you have any result?
Yeah, well, I got a lawyer here, and then he tried to get it, and then I have another lawyer here, Logos. He tried to get it, and they just refused to give any reason, any explanation. They say they don't have to.
But they have a special ombudsman.
Right. That ombudsman is a complete phony. Because if you will read, if you go to the internet, you go to the website of the ombudsman, This is http://www.bankingsombudsman.ch. Anyway, if you go to the file on the internet, that's fisher.jp, you can get the address of the ombudsman and print out their literature. But they admit in their own literature that they're in the pay of the
banks.
Yeah, they're in the pay of the Swiss Bankers Association. So it's a joke. They're being paid by an association that UBS is a member of, and probably the most prominent member of. So they have no business calling themselves an ombudsman.
Ég spurði Bobby Fischer hvort hann hefði leitað eftir skýringum og hann segir það og hann fær engar frekari skýringar. Hann hefur fengið 2 íslenska lögmenn í lið með sér, lögmann og eina lögmannsstofu og þeir hafa ekki haft erindi sem erfiði. Ég spurði líka hvort að það væri ekki starfandi umboðsmaður eða eftirlitsmaður með svissneska bankakerfinu og hann sagði það jú vera og vísaði á heimasíðu hans en sá væri launaður af samtökum banka í Sviss og þess vegna væri þetta í raun og veru tómt plat. But you must have on your own some ideas who is behind this? Who's doing this to you?
There's no question that the Jew-controlled United States is behind this. That's obvious. You know, when I talked on the phone to this Mr. Rigoni of UBS, when he told me on the phone that they're closing my account, he said that, you know, we're under enormous pressure. He told me
he told you so.
Yeah, he didn't explain where the pressure was coming from. You know.
But you have some friends.
Yeah, it's obviously the U.S., the Jew-controlled U.S. For example, I was just reading, this is in the current issue of Newsweek, October 16th, 2006. Talks about this situation with North Korea. It says the financial sanctions are very severe. The United States has in effect asked all banks in the world not to deal with North Korea or to handle any transactions involving the country. You see?
So, are you saying, Mr. Fischer, that you are in the same category as an enemy of the state as North Korea?
Yeah, of course. Well, they already they've robbed all my belongings in the U.S. The biggest robbery in the history of the United States. The U.S. government, Bob Ellsworth, and the Beacons Moving and Storage Company in Pasadena, California, robbed all of my belongings in storage, my cash valuables and other belongings in storage. It took me over 30 years to save up all this stuff, and they just stole it down to the last scrap of paper. The stuff is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars.
And they sold this on...
No, they stole it.
They stole it and sold it on auction.
What they did with it, I don't know. You can't trust what the press says.
Well, you see, on the internet...
They stole it, that's a fact.
And have you had any other indications that you are still regarded as an enemy of the United States of America?
Well, I was kidnapped in Japan for 9 months, dragged near a leaking nuclear power plant.
Kept there in isolation.
Yeah, for 9 months in a prison there, and the air is radioactive there, the land is radioactive. I was even told by another prisoner that about a year earlier they had closed down the water in the prison for some time because the water was radioactive.
It was contaminated.
Yeah, from this accident that happened. This is in Tokai City, Tokaimura nuclear power plant. They had a massive nuclear accident in 1999. 3 people in the plant died, and about 630 people in the town got irradiated.
And
they
the
may be
prison
dying.
was close to this location.
Yes, it's very close. It's about, I think, 60 kilometers or something like that.
Well, back to the money again. They even...
And I asked the prison to transfer me to another prison to get away from this nuclear radiation.